I have a friend. He is a confessed Donald Trump hater. And he asked me the question if I thought Trump was the worst president that we had ever had. And he wasn't asking this out of his hate. He knew I was interested in presidential history. I actually have biographies on every single president. I read those. I love presidential history. I'm intrigued by their stories, how they rose from wherever they came from to, take on the most powerful position in the world. I love the issues they had to deal with, reading about those, how they responded and dealing with Congress and the American people, their leadership styles, and the rest. It's just an interest of mine. So based on that background, the answer to the question, is Trump the worst ever? I kind of giggled when he said it, and I said, no, not even close. I mean, we can start with William Henry Harrison. This guy died of pneumonia probably about a month after he became president. I mean, he literally did nothing. And then I could go to some other guys, like, for instance, my fellow Tennessean, Andrew Johnson. Here's a guy, he was Lincoln's vice president, and so became president after the assassination. And let me tell you this, if you think Trump's tweets are racist, you should read Johnson's. Man, this guy certainly had to be the most racist president ever. And think about this scenario. Lincoln chooses him, a Southerner, to be his vice president, trying to unify the country, not expecting to be dying. And now, after the Civil War, you've got this Reconstruction period after the North has wiped out the South, and you have a Southerner in charge. I mean, it was just set up for disaster. So never mind the racism and the corruptness of the Johnson administration. It was just bad all the way around. And there are very few presidents who ran for re-election and couldn't even win their primary. But Johnson was one of those. And I could go to some others. But was Trump the worst president ever? No. But I told my friend if he had asked the question a different way, I probably could have given him an answer he was more looking for. Here would have been a better question. Did I think Trump was the worst human that had ever been president? The guy with the worst character. Well, there we probably have room for a little debate. We all know his history. We know his behavior, his words, his lifestyle. We know that he's not an altar boy. We have heard that. And honestly, not exactly the role model we'd put out there for our kids. So there we can talk. We can have some debate because he might actually be the worst. But is he the worst president that there's ever been? No, not even close.